we bumping. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the second stream of the day. The first stream, I did this. The firsties. Welcome to Watch the Round Table. My name is Mello. This is what I do. This is what we do. Just sit here and draw and enjoy the process as much as humanly possible as while we can. Thank you guys for hanging out and showing up. Make sure you say what's up. Make sure you hit the like when you jump on. Tell me where you're from if you want to. Just say what's up. Happy Monday, you guys. Happy Monday afternoon. We chilling. So earlier today, I finished this piece of Wonder Woman. And I have already sprayed fixative on it. Feels a little weird. Let's see. My pencils are secured. My pencils are secured, so it's just, at this point, I'm gonna scan it in, and then I'll print it out, and I'll paint it. This is regular Strathmore paper. You know what I'm gonna do? I have to start doing this because I don't do it often, and I probably should do it with pen. What is this, 6B? So, my name, today's date, 06/22/2026, and this is going to go in my collection. I'm going to save this, and whatever happens, either paint or nothing or inks later, which I'm interested how this would be inked, if it can, or should it be. But I'm going to scan it, print it out, and that's the one I'm going to work on in the future. There's a couple of projects that I'm trying to figure out where to start. One of them is a David and Goliath. I have several compositions that I'm trying to figure out. The other is a Galactus. I have two compositions that I'm trying to figure out. I need some more DC villains, guys, so if you, or characters, maybe I can do Plastic Man, which is the one with the red leotard. My son wants me to do a Dead Man. I want to do a Spectre with the Shadow, which I have somewhere. Preliminary sketch on that. I've got a ton of stuff that I'm trying to figure out. Only because, guys, I tell you, I've never been more enthusiastic. I've never been more wanting to be in my studio in front of a piece of blank paper and drawing and inking and getting ideas on the paper. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's something new in my diet. I don't know what it is, but I tell you, I just want to stay and keep working and keep working and keep working. Like I said this in a previous live, that our time here is finite. There are so many summers and so many winters that we have in our life that we really need to take advantage of the time that God has provided us here on this beautiful blue planet. And if this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I'm gonna do. Not mean. So that's all I got. That's all I gotta say. But been studying and reading and writing and just constantly. I try not to be in my office, in my studio on the weekends, and I'm not, but I do come in here, I do peek at some work, I'll do grab my sketchbook and I'll put something on that. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, never have I been this wanting to put stuff on paper and just be creative, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and I really need to take advantage of it while I can, right? Shouldn't we? All right. So what am I doing right now? I am going to draw the Joker. I've been doing these character posters. I've done the Wolverine, I've done the Hulk, I've done Doctor Doom, I've done, just finished as you saw, Wonder Woman. I'm going to do Galactus. I'm going to do several others. And I'm going to do a Batman and Catwoman and a Batgirl if I can. Like, I have all of these characters that I've been drawing forever since I was a kid and now as an adult. And they don't get boring to me to do. I still enjoy doing them. I still like seeing them on paper. Anyway. So that's what I'm doing. So this is going to be the Joker. Just going to be a face. Beautiful smile. Down here, I have my measurements in here for the text. It's going to say laughter. And I think... yeah. So I'm using the Strathmore comic book paper. And I have my grid in here so I can keep everything in tight. I've been using the grid lately to keep me organized and keep my compositions the way I want to. Stay inside the lines. So I'm going to keep doing it here. As long as my paintings keep and my drawings keep looking good, I'm going to do it. Anyway. So it's going to say laughter in the bottom. And then a big old face, hair, beautiful smile, and we'll go from there, guys and gals, party people. So maybe I'll start working a little slow today and I'll do the text. And what I have on my screen is in Photopea or in Photoshop. I have my page and I have a 11 by 17 canvas to match my paper, and I have the text in the bottom, and I have a rudimentary square of where I want the face, and it's going to be pretty big. His hair is going to be coming out. I'm going to try to keep it from inside of the comic book guidelines, but the Joker don't care. He gonna do what he gonna do. So let's start. So the word laughter is going to start here and end about 16 here. Huh. Okay. That's it. So let's get the boring stuff out the way. If you guys joined me earlier today, I appreciate you and I thank you. And if you didn't, no big deal. I'm not that type of dude. I won't hold it against you. Like I tell my kids, it's all right. Just don't do it again. I'm going to use these hatch marks. Sometimes these rulers, they're not always helpful. As much as we want them to be. I don't have any fancy font. I can't even remember what's the name of it. But it just looks good in this composition, so that's why I'm using it. I'm not that type of goober to really sweat the name of fonts and stuff like that. I just want to, if it looks good, I'm going to do it. But if you need to know, I actually think I've used this one before. Where are you? It is called Asset. So there you go. The hardest part really is these curved letters. But I wing it, even if I have the text measured out. can be a little bit loose-footed. I'm just trying to get it all on the page. Oh, I butchered that line, didn't I? I usually do the text on my own, meaning not on stream, just because of the way it is. Because it's just slow going, but some people dig the whole process. I get the people what they want. What I'm going to do now, instead of trying to draw each letter one at a time, I'm just going to go and block them in. Man, that H is huge. T. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. My weekend was fantastic. Thank you for asking. Yeah, you see how, I don't know if that's straight. It doesn't look straight. It angles to the left. So even this is not straight. And I don't know how it cannot be if it is one piece of plastic. But maybe that'll work in my favor. So you might be wondering why I've been doing these pieces, which started out as a simple little project, something to pass the time and hang and bang while I'm working. I'm just trying to do some art. It became this thing which it just kept expanding. These poster style one sheets. And they're just fun to do. I don't really mind that it's wonky. It's wonky. If you know, you know. Because that is the Joker. He's wonky. He draws it wonky. Speaking of wonky, I posted something but on Insta. Are we really tripping on JR for that Spider-Man? Is that really what's happening? From the all of us armchair artists just criticizing a legend. It's really embarrassing. But what's that expression about opinions and buttholes? Everybody has one and they all stink. Happy Monday, everybody. All right. I think I got my letters in there as close as I want to. I want to draw with you guys while we're here. I want his dome to be pretty big, so we're gonna go from here. That's the good thing about having the grids and having the just all the measurements on your paper for composition's sake. Excuse me. Alright, what is this? 1 second, y'all. That was trash. Renee Machuca, how are you? They've been giving, well, they give it all the time, but they've been giving oh my lord, Captain America, they've been giving his movies lately. Drawing while talking. Welcome back, bud. Thanks for hanging out with me. And yes, I am doing the Joker. And Renee, yes, Across the Spider-Verse still slaps. I want his chin down here. I might as well. I should have just drawn him like The Mask. Alright, so I need to make him a little bit bigger. But yeah, so I'm kind of stuck doing these posts. Not stuck. That's not what I mean. I'm having a ton of fun doing them, is what I'm trying to say. So. I might pander. Like I said earlier, I'm going to that indie con in July. So I might pander to some of those creators and see if I can find out what they've done. And see if I can get my art in front of them. Right? Why not? One thing that I do, you see that little scribbles? I do that a lot as a way to just fake the detail where the brows are. Because I love the harsh details of the brow. A commission? No, sir. This is for funsies. I unfortunately have not been, I wouldn't say successful with commissions. It's just that I think that my timing with buyers is never on the same. I'm never on the right page with certain in terms of timing. So I once came up with a story where Batman is gone and the Joker is down on his luck. Not very happy about it. So he, because he's just a psychopath, feels that Gotham needs Batman. Because he needs Batman. So he creates a makeshift suit and becomes a version of Batman, solving crimes and everything. And the criminal element, obviously they think he's mad, which he is, but he's actually stopping crime. They think it's a joke, and he actually begins to clean up Gotham City. This was before they did the White Knight, I think, when they kind of like medicated the Joker and I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. Never went anywhere, obviously. All right, his face is at an angle, so. Ow. And then I had a story where, again, Batman is gone. Either he's retired or dead. It's just set way ahead in the future. All the villains have either disappeared or retired, and an aging, bored Edward Nygma, who goes by a different name, is now working at like a Gotham newspaper. And he runs the puzzles section of the newspaper. And he especially enjoys doing the crypto quotes. Do you guys remember the crypto quotes? It's kind of like the old world Enigma machine, where they give you certain letters that represent certain numbers, blah, blah, or numbers that represent letters, or they crisscross the alphabet. So he, even though he's bored, he still has to do puzzles. He reveals a ton of his history in those crypto quotes in hopes that somebody would find him, because he's freaking bored. And a kid does. A young kid finds out who he is, and the Riddler ends up, what he does is, I like that hair. He's constantly putting up challenges. If you can figure it out, meet me at this place at a certain time, blah, 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 at this diner. And the kid does. The kid is pretty good at detective work. Figures out the quotes, meets up with Edward Nygma. But the kid wants to, again, figure out who Batman was, and they want to figure out why he's missing. Those two end up discovering that Batman and Bruce are one and the same. So what they end up doing, the kid wants to take up the mantle, ends up becoming a new version of Batman, while the Riddler becomes his version of Alfred. kind of bananas, if you ask me, but I was digging that concept for a while. And I drew the Riddler at the moment of the reveal. That's what kind of like drove my portrait of the Riddler. I really want to emphasize the wrinkles. So, yeah, that. And the Joker, in the other story with the Joker, my idea for him and his suit would be that it was stitched together, and his hair would be sticking out of like the cowl, or the face, whatever the heck that thing is. Yeah, the cowl. An idea factory with a just never came. I don't know how to write them. You know, that's one thing that I'm trying to take care of creatively. Learn how to write. Not just come up with a concept, but actually come with a creating dialogue and situations. It's not easy. I give props to all these writers and indie writers and creators that do everything themselves. Props to you, party peoples. Speaking of Joker, can we give props to Cesar Romero for not shaving his mustache when he was playing the Joker, and for being a Latino as the Joker and being a pun intended, a clown doing it? Joker's so creepy. Do you ever catch the movie of how am I gonna say have you ever seen the movie and not remember the name of it? But it's old. It's where they got the reference for the Joker. I think it's called The Man. I'll have to Google it. It's about a I think they're circus or freak show artist that whose face is stuck in that grin. I'm surprised, honestly, that they haven't really used the cry now, laugh later masks on the Joker. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me get my shapes in here. Feels liberating sometimes to be able to do something this crazy after trying to draw someone smooth like I did with Wonder Woman. It's one of the hardest things for me as an artist is the trying to paint or draw women with realistic expressions or even just full skin and texture. And I'm such a sketchy artist, a noodler, as I say. Sorry, my shoulder keeps popping and gets in my way. You know, these help. I mean, I'm definitely not smiling like that, but checking out the cheek, the folds. Oh, wait, undo this side. That stuff. That helps. That helps. Get a mirror. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. The best model we'll ever have. Bar none. It is difficult. You know what I learned? That if you exaggerate it. So next time you try to exaggerate the expression. Right? Go one step further than what you would think that you would that it looks good. And check out how you go, sometimes we don't push enough. You know. Sometimes we don't push enough. I did years ago, I did a caricature of Jim Carrey. And I exaggerated. I thought I was exaggerating. And it turned out to look more realistic than anything. So usually, that's why I don't stress too much in terms of when doing portraits and things like that. Unless I'm supposed to stress it, meaning it's a commission or something like that, then that's different. Nick, welcome. Hi back. But yeah, exaggerating help. One, because you look at it and you go, that's either too far or not far enough, and you'll begin to start seeing certain landmarks of the face. What is this? HB? These lead? No, that's not right. These woodless pencils are interesting. Because this one here feels a bit darker than a regular HB. Thanks, man, for the number ones. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Say what's up. Happy Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. And tell me what you think. I'm doing these posters. Again, if you guys know of any cool indie character or even a mainstream character that you would like to see in this poster form, holla at your boy. It just might be the next one. It's true, drawing. He says, I actually had that thing happen as well, though you really exaggerated the shape of the guy's head and turned out looking quite normal. And you guess you're generally too reserved. Most of us are. When it comes to stuff like this, it's okay, man. When it comes to drawing and being expressive, we think that exaggerating will turn into a caricature, and sometimes we want one. So I understand the reserve or the reservation behind it. I'm going to tell you something. I swear, I'm not affiliated with the BBC or the Portrait Artist of the Year. But the amount of times where they've encouraged people more to be not caricature-esque, but to be more expressive is pretty interesting, because I have this ignorant understanding that if you're going to do a portrait, it has to be lifelike, right? It has to look like him. It has to have that appeal. It has to have that. But even the sitters go, I want them to find my soul and all this. And that's one thing that I feel I wouldn't be successful, because I'm gonna draw what I see, I guess. Ike, my friend, how you doing, bud? Happy Monday. It's good to see you. You gotta give this dude my hair. We're talking about drawing while talking. I are talking about faces and this leadless. I said it again. I want to get underneath this lip, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. You doing okay? Well, fantastic, man. That ear be about here, I think. I have a tendency to put the ear either too close or too far. But then in this angle, if that's the side of the face, everything's a bit skewed anyway. I don't know if I was able to get it underneath the way I've been wanting to, but maybe I can save it with his teeth here. Get my teethus. I might make his teeth a bit bigger. Maybe. Wouldn't a Joker be creepier if he had big gums and little teeth? I think it would make his smiles eerier than such big teeth, but I understand. I don't know, my dentist work. It is the Joker. I'm doing good then. So front to that. Canine. I need a better model for teeth. That's so funny. Appreciate it though. Success. I call it a day. Yes, you were right. It's so weird, man. The this is still Bristol, and this is still smooth. It feels so much different than uh, the one I used for Wonder Woman, but they're exactly the same. The only thing different is the size. We got the crazy eyes. I haven't been following the Absolute uh, series that's been like gangbusters right now, and I don't want to. Not that I don't, you know what? I'm not really interested in it, even despite its popularity. Um, but I guess it was spoiled to me. I guess for people who don't know, I'm gonna spoil it for you guys too. Um, it's a world where that's shaped after Dark Side, I guess. And you guys can correct me if you guys are a fan of it. You can correct me. And I read this second hand, maybe third hand, and I'm not really in the mood to check the references. I don't care. But where there's certain things that are opposite because it was created in Darkseid's image. So certain things are flipped. Good is bad, bad is good. Which is why Batman Bruce Wayne is not rich. But in fact the Joker is. But the Joker's design, he looks kind of like the Reaper from Death Note, in my opinion. And his teeth, when he smiles, become demonic teeth. And they wrap around his whole face and they come up towards his forehead. I'm good. Some of the new designs are pretty cool looking. I think Two-Face looks pretty cool. He just looks like a long-haired mobster. I'm not a traditionalist, so it has to be what it is or what it was. But I mean, I don't have to like all of the different versions. All right, I should put my glove on. But it is what it is. I'm going to have to start smudging this. I thought I thought the version that Christopher Nolan created was really interesting with him and Heath Ledger. And then they kind of expanded that the way that look was with Brian Azraello, I think that's his name, who did a crazy version of Batman. Batman and the Joker. I just like the crazy eyes. But they just really embraced the scarring of the mouth for that character in that series. All right. It's a really cheat way. Get your figure down, your face or whatever, where you want the details, smudge the heck out of it the way I just did, either with a tissue, your finger, who cares, and then with a kneaded eraser, just kind of find where the light might hit, and it'll begin to start adding a little bit of detail and form to your figure. But what I want to do it for is so that I can enhance some of those areas. I can't even see my original lines anymore, and I really don't care because I can just go ahead and mess around. It's going to be dark up there. Give it. Let me give him some rim lighting here. I want to hide this eye here. But I'm hoping that it would take a while for us to get another Joker. I don't think they really needed to do a sequel for the Joker movie. I think they kind of like ruined, in my opinion, of course. If you're a fan of that sequel, all power to you. I really didn't know what to expect. But it is what it is, I guess. But it'd be nice if they took a break. been watching, besides all the painting competitions, I've been watching documentaries on films. And the amount of movies, the number of movies, I should say, that get ruined because of studios wanting the more money. And is a lot. All right. That's not bad. I think we can start playing around. I think the bass is done. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn off my phone. Moving up to a 2B. That was an HB pencil. Moving up to 2B. And I'm just going to see if we can mess around with some of this detail. I should have had his hands. This is such an absurd portrait that I think just sitting here farting around at this point is going to be the most fun. Fat. I haven't, man. I really should be. I have not been watching the World Cup. Honestly, dude, if all the most of the stuff that I end up watching is at night, because throughout the day, or when I'm done streaming or working here, I'm either studying some more or reading something or sketching something. So I've been I've been really all about this, all about this creative process and this journey, and I've been missing a lot of that stuff. But if you have been watching it, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think so far? I end up catching a lot of the detailed after of who's progressed and who hasn't. But yeah, unfortunately, I really have not been paying attention. But you watch the highlights later? Yeah, I might have to do the same. Yeah, yeah. You would think I'd be watching them considering they're here, and most of them are here in the States, but it's just one of those things, I guess. But yeah, I wish I would be. Give some support. Get my mind away from certain things. I just haven't been able to. Nobody's fault but my own. I'm just happy though that I have not been watching trash TV like I used to. You watch the games that are on the evening, that nighttime? Yeah. You know what I have been? You know what I have been doing lately? I've been playing Silent Hill. You guys know about Silent Hill? It's a remake of a game that came out in, I think, PlayStation 2 era. When am I that stops? That is what I've been playing. Seeing if the old ticker can take it. Yeah, Silent Hill, man. The second one, I'm playing Silent Hill 2 remake on the PS5. I never finished the original many years ago. Never. I never even finished the first one. I don't know why I even grabbed this one. I think it was probably free for the month. I know I didn't pay for it. Maybe I did. I can't remember. But, oh, brother. The sound design in that game is fantastic. You want to shit yourself? Excuse me? Put on some headphones. Put the volume up. And play that thing. The sound design is awesome. Everything creaks. And, the game, honestly, a lot of it is you by yourself because you're exploring dilapidated hotels and hospitals, and I'm in a prison right now, but man. You haven't played a video game in over a year? I gotta ask, what was the last one you played? It is a horror game, Drawing While Talking. You still got the PS4? Yeah, I got my kids end up. They encouraged me to buy them because then I eventually just hand it down. I just recently discontinued the Xbox in my house. Poor thing. I've been on the PlayStation. What else recently? My wife and I play DayZ, which is a mod of Arma, which is a military game, but they made a zombie apocalypse style spin-off that has been so popular in Gangbuster, and my wife and I play it. We play it online because it's online only with some family and friends. So that's really cool to do with them. Haven't done that in a while either. But we're looking forward to starting up that again. But yeah, Silent Hill, bruh. Woo-wee. My and everything is dark. But I'm getting old, man. My hand-eye coordination is not what it used to be. Excuse me. I hate that, man. So I apologize. The old on the mic nose whistle. I think, I realized I wasn't doing okay. I was the same. Felt like I couldn't warrant getting a PS5 though. Finally upgraded recently though. I really only played for Fortnite. Good for you, man. I think you think it was Fight Night or Mafia 3. That's great. I used to love Fight Night. I liked military shooters and like Call of Duty and uh, Battlefield. And then, like I said, I'm too slow. And everything's incentives, man. So by the time and paid for, by the time I get it and try to have a good time, there's been kids and goobers that have been on it for 20, 30 hours that have items that aren't available to me. So it just feels like I go in there to get beat up, and I'm okay with that. So if I can do a single player campaign, then I'm gonna do it. I don't need to play online with you elitists. It's just not fun to go in there, have a good time, and then get it handed to you. But there are some games. I actually have one that I play with some cousin, a friend of ours, called Radio Not. You play like a SWAT team, and you go into these different situations. Some of them are very real world like school shooters, that type of stuff, which is really eerie in this day and age to be playing something like that and trying to make it entertaining. It really is kind of distasteful sometimes, and that's just the old man in me, considering all the type of violent games I used to play. But as you get older, you start going, that's not funny. You know, that type of stuff. We take down the bad guys. So yeah, playing Silent Hill, getting the creeps, getting the creeps. We had some severe weather last night. Some really bad thunder and lightning. It's fantastic. And as we were waiting for it to subside, I was playing Silent Hill. So that was fun. Talk about atmospheric and immersive. Yes, of course. I tell you one thing about moving down here, down south to Florida from New England. We don't know what weather is up there. If all we know is cold, and that's it. And the occasional thunderstorm. Mm, mm. Is it something else down here? Florida weather basically said, "Oh, you like you never had a thunderstorm? You know what a storm is? Here, hold my beer. Hold my Florida man's. I'm gonna show you what a storm is. I've never experienced a storm of just lightning and no rain until I got down here. I was like, what is happening? It was just so weird and fantastic. It really is. But the one thing that sucks is I'm turning into Monterey Jack, the mouse. You guys know who Monterey Jack is from Chippendale's Rescue Rangers? You know how his hairs would twist whenever there'd be cheese around him? I feel like that happens to me whenever the barometric pressure down here starts shifting. No, not really. I got my peoples. I got my scowly face. I'm just drawing a dude smiling. I have mental references of how the noses go and that type of stuff, but no. If I needed something, what I've done and what I usually do is I'll go online and I'll go into Pinterest or something like that and just look at images. But I try not to because I don't keep them up. Usually because then your creative gets influenced by what you're looking at, and I don't want it to look like anything that's out there. Obviously, I want it to look familiar, but no. And I also wanted to look like it's part of my creative to match the other ones that I've been working on. So I keep those near me. Nick, this is a 2B pencil. It's a woodless lead pencil. So it's just the lead and it's covered on with a lacquer to keep it from smudging everything. I don't think it was a good idea to do it, to use it. But in terms of reference, drawing while talking, no, because I've done faces so often that all I'm really doing is skewering or stretching something out. I've always shown my skulls and my faces. I really do wish they had a malleable one. So as long as I keep my basic forms where I need them to be, then you can kind of go bananas. But for my Judge Dredd, I did a Judge Dredd drawing in ink, and I used I needed to emphasize pain in a character's face. That was a female. I ended up using a man's face to get the expression. I think it was a punk rocker. But these are all just very exaggerated spots of the face that I draw all the time. Under the lip, I give them all hero chins, even if they're villains. Nick says it looks very cool with the 2B. Thanks. I probably will go one more. The only reason why I don't like going up, I don't know why I grabbed these these woodless pencils. They just really smudge a ton. But I like to smudge. But I might do one more, just so I can get certain spots darker. You know what I should do here? Like a Here's Johnny from Jack Nicholson's The Shining. Now that ear doesn't look good. Did the Monterey Jack bring back memories to Rescue Rangers? Chippendale? Did they not have one of the coolest theme songs? I don't know how the hell I would do his hair. Like a bottle, yeah. It looks like a bottle of bleach, right? I think I may have drawn myself into a corner here. I love that, kind of like that Nicholson eye. I gotta remember my letters go down here. I might have to go grab a book. I wish I had older Batman comics. Let's do this. All right, this is my favorite part, honestly. All of the smudging and then and erasing. One thing that I took out of college that I am so happy about. Favorite Batman era? In the comics or just in general? In general? I wasn't really much of a DC collector growing up. I was a Marvel kid. It was later that I started picking up some of the grittier Batman stuff. I have to give props to Tim Burton and Michael Keaton. I really do. Before them, it was the Adam West cartoon. Adam West. He voiced Batman in the cartoons also whenever he would show up. But the Adam West show, I thought that was it. Because the comics weren't that much different. And it didn't appeal to me as a teenager. It appealed to me as a little kid. But considering Batman 89, I was 10 years old. So it was like, that led me, that dark era, led me into the Dark Knight Returns, the Ra's al Ghul, the death of Robin. So I can't pick out any artists besides the classic ones, like Jim Aparo and all of those guys and Neil Adams, because I didn't read them in real time. I read them after the fact, and I read them after the fact as a fan of the artist, not the character, if that makes sense. That's a tough question, because I mean, I think you and I were saying about Wonder Woman in Justice League. To me, the definitive Batman is Kevin Conroy's run in the Batman animated series. You know, that might be it. Beyond Keaton and beyond, but it still, to me, it had. I still give props to that movie and the music, because they used Danny Elfman's score for that animated series. So even they have to at some point give props to that show. I mean, that movie as well. But yeah, it has to be that run. That run taught me everything I needed to know about Batman. His voice is the voice I hear also. R.I.P. Bruddy. R.I.P. Batman. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. But I think that's it. I think that's the run. Nothing has really matched what they were able to do. And again, I wasn't that huge of a fan. Everything I've collected ever since is after the fact. Even that Batman Gothic that I showed earlier today, I grabbed it because of the artist, not necessarily the character. Batman is annoying though, as a character. You know, he got no flaws. His only flaw is being that guy. Smarter than everybody. Contingencies up the wazoo. He's thought of everything. It's not interesting anymore. And not everything has to be gritty or realistic. Oh, I know. Yeah, he has a ton of flaws. He's a trying to be nice. He's not a real character, Mello. Not a real person. Not heroic flaws as the hero, really, though. A lot of flaws as a human. Yeah. Yes. Martin K4205 says, "Damn, you're frustratingly good." Thanks. I appreciate that. Give the Joker some chap lips. Can we all agree that Harley Quinn has run a course? I think she was popular in the show. I think she was cute in the show. We really didn't need a franchise. But that's okay. Nothing against Margot Robbie. But when the only thing that they have going for Harley Quinn is that she's love hurt, you might have missed the point. But was that always the point about Harley? Mm. I like that in the Batman Beyond movie, she was just an old grandma, and she had twin granddaughters that were, I can't remember the name of the characters, but they were acrobatic just like her. This is a little too early to put this type of a highlight, but sometimes you got to see some of that a final piece. There was an artist that I was watching that he said while he was drawing, this is 6B, that's too deep, that he was painting, he was doing a portrait of a cowboy, and that even early after he would do his sketch, he would focus a lot of time on the eye, because there was something about having that done before even a lot of the stuff around the portrait was done. And I can kind of see that thought process, because I've done it in my paintings to success and failure, where I'll overdo a certain piece just because I need a confidence booster. Sometimes we need wins as artists as we go. I don't, Martin, I don't hate Harley. I think she's fantastic. I really do. It's just that she didn't need a franchise. And yeah, and the wifey can defend her. That's cool. But it can't be something to defend her by using mythos that we know as comic artists, right? And comic fans. Is she a fan of the movie? Is she a fan of the movie Harley or the cartoon Harley? Two different peoples. I feel they're two different people. And I think even DC doesn't know what to do with her. Yeah. Yeah, drawing Poison, and I'm a huge Poison Ivy fan. I think she's amazing when they do it right. And in the Batman animated, she was fantastic. I loved her character there. The less said about what Uma Thurman did. I know you said that's your favorite, or that you enjoyed that movie, but I love you, bud. But I'm calling shenanigans on that. And they really went dark with Harley and the Joker in certain aspects. In the comic, they went really dark on certain storylines. You know, it's tragic because she, in an essence, depending on who's writing her, is abused. She's being abused by the Joker, either emotionally or whatever. It's implied a lot. It's unreciprocated love. She likes the movie Harley more, makes me buy the comics than never read. I haven't read any of the Harley Quinn comics. Um, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be a fan. I think she's cool. I think Harley is cool. And she stole the show every time. But I think it's a lot of weight to put on a character that is not fully developed. Was my favorite drawing of the Joker and by who? Um, there's a great classic Joker and Harley by Alex Ross. That's dope. Um, I think it might be Jim Aparo. I think his version of the Joker is frightening. It's the long face. It's the one that that we probably recognize the most is during the Death in the Family run. It might be that one. His look rarely changes, right? We don't want it to change too much. Like I said about the Brian Azraello, I think it's called, in his Joker run, where the Joker has all the scarification on his face, kind of like Heath Ledger. Story's great, but Brian's artwork is awesome and gory and beautiful to look at. But I think even this kind of reminds me of that Jim Aparo, or that I hope I'm saying his name right. I hope I'm saying who I think it is. Give me a second. Let me make sure. Stop that. Jim Aparo Joker. Maybe a little older than that, but even then, that's kind of a gangster looking Joker with the fedora. All right, let me see. Who did Death in the Family? Who drew? It was Jim Aparo. Okay. There you go. Maybe that's because it's one of the first books I read. My cousin had Death in the Family, and that was the Joker I remembered. It looked like the Joker cards and the symbols from even the TV show. He's horrifying. Man, I'm going through some of these. Brian Boland's is kind of creepy too. Pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to have to say old school Jim Aparo. 1988. Jim Aparo. Make sure I'm on the correct knife. Over here, it's amazing how we go through phases as art. I am in quick sketch phase where I don't think I can spend time on that part of a piece of the eye. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Kevin Conroy, not heroic. It's amazing how we go through phases as artists. I am in my quick sketch phase where I don't think I can spend time on a part of a piece like the eye. Gotcha. Okay, I think I know what you're referring to. Not saying that was the best representation. No. I was thinking about the question Poison ivy. A vegetarian or not? Yeah, well... Ooh. Good question. That's the dude. I was wrong. Lee Bermejo. I was saying Brian Azzarello, but I think Brian was the writer. Lee Bermejo's Joker with the scarified faces. Crazy. Crazy. Yes, thank you, Martin, for throwing that one out there. His Joker is really cool. But how much is it his, and how much of it was them really in the footsteps of Heath Ledger and what his look was? Aha. This page, I must have rubbed so much graphite that, and now it doesn't really come up. With that added glue. Lee's style is amazing. He has a book, his own book. That is intense. I wish I could remember. Guys, I don't remember names for anything. So forgive me. I might have to do some research, but do I have to seal the graphite? I only seal it when I'm done. Because what happens is if I was to go ahead and seal it now, every layer above it is becomes increasingly darker. It becomes a tone that I don't want. I don't mind the grayscale. And I know I'm not going to get any darker. But I know I won't be able to get any lighter either. So right now that is the lightest I can go. I don't think I have a cleaner eraser. Except for maybe the mechanical one. But if I'm not going to mechanically erase everything. But no, I don't mind that it's just gritty. I wish I can get a little bit. Like, I don't mind that to be my lightest tone on the face. Because it still reads on what I'm trying to do. See what I'm saying? It's funny, vegetarian or not? I don't know. She usually has that flesh-eating. What is it? Venus flytrap. I'd end up dragging my head through it and turning it on to a smudge. Yeah, that's what I try to use this because of it. You could even I still got some graphite all over my stuff. Like, I would like for this to be darker, so I'm gonna wait till later. And when I darken that, this will lighten up. So it's all just a play on tone. Brian Boland had a really good Joker as well. That story is really dark, though. That's the one that the Killing Joke. I don't like the flashback Joker. It looks kind of weird, but I understand why they did it. It's the grown-up Joker that does what he does. That one's pretty creepy. I might have to look at hair to do this right. What the hell? Frank the Flytrap, is that right? It's Frank. No, what was the name of Little Shop of Horrors? Was it Frank? I know the dude's name was Seymour. Feed me. Oh, here you go. A little bit of 6 degrees of separation. Jack Nicholson, one of his first roles, was as Seymour in a black and white version of Little Shop of Horrors. Even Jack has to start somewhere. That's a very bad Jack. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. But yeah, Alex Ross, Bermejo's great. Jim Aparo for the classic look, which is what I think they used even for Jack. Jack. Should I hide his ear? Should I do a Liefeld and not draw ears? He draws ears. He doesn't draw feet, but he actually draws feet now. Does anybody care that Liefeld draws feet now? The thing that he does that he draws weird is abs. You ever seen how he draws abs? I'll let you guys check it out. Yeah, I could use this dude. All right. The hardest part is going to have to be trying to match the Joker's. Does that work? Something like that. You saw him sign a comic with his belly button? I'm good. You know, we trash on the kid, man. Kid, he's a grown-ass man now, but he was a rock star, man, in the 90s. He really was. That group of dudes, I was watching a documentary on them. They really were rock stars. Liefeld, McFarlane, Lee, Larson, Silvestri. Poor Valentino. No, I'm kidding. You know what's cool about the Joker? If you give him big ears and people go, his ears are big, you'd be like, you tell him. You tell the Joker his ears are big. Maybe that's why he is the way he is. You know, if you have long hair and your sideburns are long, they get all stuck to the side of your face. Sweaty sideburns. All right. I'm not going to worry about that hair too much, because I'll just put a collar up here somewhere and then hide everything in shadow. When in doubt, hide it in shadow. Hide it even more and put his daisy, or whatever that thing is that squirts acid. Boom, there you go. When in doubt, buy stuff like this to help you draw ears. I'm just gonna be able to match the shading. Where is it? Where is it? Did I lose it? Ah, it's so dirty that I lost it. With my teenagers in the house, with my oxy teens, not that oxy, the old school oxy, before the BRE pads. Pure, it felt like pure isopropyl alcohol being rubbed on your face. Ooh, those eyes I'm digging the eyes. I might hold the teeth for the next stream because I am out of here in a few minutes. So I really want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. Drawing, thank you for swinging in twice. For spending some time with me, brother. I appreciate you. Ike, I appreciate you. Martin, I appreciate you. Nick, I appreciate you. All you guys, make sure you hit that like. Hit me with some hundos. Some smiley faces. No, I really appreciate that. To me, honestly, guys, you guys engaging with me is more important to me than any like or thumbs up. But the way YouTube is, it forces me to ask you guys to do so. But you guys being here, like I said, is to me really the prize to be had. So thank you. Always thank you. This channel is nothing. It'll just be me here sitting, drawing all by myself. Cue Celine Dion. All by myself. So I thank you guys. I really do. You guys indulge me with my weirdness. Engage me with yours. And that's what it's all about. The artistic hokey pokey. Alright. Hide this behind that hair. I haven't done a charcoal drawing or anything like that in a while, so I'm curious. Ooh, package. He scared several years out of me. My pup. You know that ear makes him look young the way I twisted it? It makes him look like a teenage Joker. Yeah, drawing. You could throw it up in the on my community page, bro. That I put that out for everybody and anybody. It is open for you to share your work. I appreciate you. There's several other people that that watch and interact with me on this channel that put it there. If you're on Instagram drawing, you can follow me there. You can send it to me on that DM. Great drawing as always. I'm off to draw some massively out of proportion faces for a while. And you know, if not you, Martin, who, man? Who? We need you to do it. We need you, bro. But yeah, like I said, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to let the music play me out. I'm going to clean up. I'll probably do some more smudging. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you guys again on Wednesday. So, until then, guys, this is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. Until next time, I'll draw you later. Bye-bye.